Well, hey, it's Monday. I probably should have done a little recording here for this morning. I published that video over the weekend that talked about, I showed you measuring wheel, and I just got that back together. Pretty easy. So you see, this is what it looks like when it's back together. And I don't know if I showed it in the video, but I was talking about how you didn't want this to freewheel. See how that's kind of, you can't really, it won't freewheel, so that kind of helps as this bounces, it kind of stops. I mean, there's a pretty good amount of drag on that. So that's all back. I put some, usually last time I did it, or I guess I didn't do it last time, but I had the red gasket maker. I had some blue stuff in the trailer, multi-purpose, and should be fine. So, and then I think I showed, this was the other hole. That's the one that was in this, and for some reason he couldn't get it out whenever they did this last, so they had drilled a hole and put a little set screw in there, and that got pulled out. So I bought it's the same sort of plug, so we'll see if that holds up. This aluminum cover is like $600, I can't remember, somewhere between $400 and $600. So I drilled this out a little bigger and then threaded that plug in. We'll see. I've got it in there enough so it's a little below flush, and I think you can see that one's wore right flush. I'm hoping it doesn't, there's enough pressure on this, it'll rub on the side. So I cleaned that all up and got that all back together, and then figured I'm waiting here about when the saw disc is going to come in today. And so there was one hose here, and I don't have the stuff in the trailer. I'll show you in the back of the truck. It's one of these 3/4 inch lines that goes to the feed wheels, and it had a really frayed part in the middle. So it hasn't blown, but thought to myself, I will take that off now. And sometimes I start getting a little, how should I say this? After we've been down for a little while, I start to get a little, I don't want to say anxious, but a little jittery about spending money. That's just something probably something from my earlier careers where money was tighter, and having a slow week or two was going to be a bigger deal than this is. Not that it's not, but there was different times. But I had bought these, let me show you, these plug and cap kits off Amazon, which I'd never had them, and I really should have. Well, it's kind of nice. So I just took that hose off and screwed that plug on. You're still going to lose quite a bit, but it seems like it kind of seeps the whole time, so makes less of a mess, spill less hydraulic fluid. So I figured I'd do that now. It's just an easy time to do it. Plus I want to get some pricing. I know everything's gone up, and I don't know, maybe somebody on here might know something about it, or a better place. I bought that hose maker from Traction up here in Maine. It's owned by Napa, I think. When it used to be brake service, and when it was brake service, they used to be pretty good. They'd give you discounts and stuff if you bought stuff, but the new ownership's not really like that. And you'd think buying the hose maker there, they'd give you a better deal on the hose and fittings, but they don't. They're pretty expensive. So it's been a while, and since I want to restock the trailer, I'm going to get some prices. I can't remember what it is per foot for 3/4 4-wire, inch 4-wire, and then 1/2-inch 2-wire. Maybe get some 1/2-inch 4-wire, but we don't really use a lot of 1/2-inch 4-wire. There's got to be some cheaper places to order that stuff online. So I'm going to check that out when I go there to get that hose made. My truck's a mess, but you can see how frayed up. It hadn't blown, but it is pretty close. So I figured it probably isn't a bad idea to take that off now and do it while I have a chance. Well, we're kind of down because you're just gonna, you know, I guess it comes with experience. Years ago, I wouldn't have done that because I'd been worked up about money, which would be kind of counterproductive, and then, you know, we would get back going, and then next week that hose would blow or something like that, you know, and you got to deal with it sometime or another. It's always easier to do it out here. And when those things blow, you're going to lose a lot more oil than you would just taking it off now and dealing with it. And the thing with this sort of preventative maintenance is you gotta you're never gonna see that moment where it didn't blow because it's not going to blow. So you kind of have to tell yourself, when you realize it after you start doing stuff like that for a while, where it's like, geez, I haven't blown any hose in a while, and you don't have much downtime. So that's kind of part of the deal. It's just over time I've learned to ignore the jitteriness of money and having some breakdowns and just taking care of the stuff that needs to get taken care of. And it'll make you more money, and it'll help you out as you move forward. So anyways, like, subscribe, comment. We'll catch you later.